I made over $30,000 last year in 2021 at the ages of 16 and 17 years old, and this is how I did that. Before I continue this video and go over things, this video is not to brag in any way. I myself love watching these income videos and seeing people how much they make per week and per year. It's kind of showing you guys that at 16 and 17 that this is all possible, and I super love making content around the finance, so I hope you are here to enjoy. If you are, make sure to hit that like button and then subscribe if you haven't already done that. You may know already and have been watching my channel. At the beginning of 2021, I made this outrageous goal that I was gonna make $30,000 in the year of 2021, and at that time I thought it was super crazy. I might not even reach it, but I'm gonna put it out there and then I'm gonna see what I can do the year to be able to actually try to make that happen. And there was many people that might have said that I wasn't gonna be able to do that. I knew I really wanted to make that happen because that would be so cool. The main categories I have are real estate wholesaling, my lawn care business, the electrician I worked for, Laura who I worked for, and then everything I have flipped, so that includes like cars or anything small like a couch or something that I did. Starting with Laura's, for the whole total year I made $1,257. While it's not a lot, it's an extra little side income, and I really appreciate all the work I do there. It's such a good value for what I'm able to actually have like as a side job. And she also lets me park my 1937 Buick Century there for free. And basically what I do there is just take care of the lawn. So I mow the lawn. Maybe there's some extra stuff I need to clean up on the lawn, or maybe there's a heavy item she needs moved. Basically just all these like odd jobs around the house that she can't do herself as she's older. I do all like weed whack, clear out trails. I maybe help out inside the house of stuff that like putting air conditioners in. I did that. So just little stuff, and basically all the yard work I do anyways for my business, but I kind of separate it because I don't really use my business for it, as hers is like all these different odd jobs. It's not really related. Next up is working for the electrician. Maybe it was like a year and a half that I worked for him, and for the first year I didn't do a lot of jobs for him, but in the past, this last year, I did like every weekend we had jobs lined up, and his business was kind of just his part-time gig, so it was more of like on the weekends and even on the evenings times because he has full-time job still, but he had so much work that we were busy every week. In total, I made $4,945, and I would have made so much more if I continued working with him. I decided to kind of end it because I would really wanted to focus in more on real estate and focus in on more of the things that I really want to look forward to in my future, and I didn't see me as being an electrician, although it was a great paying job. Last year I actually made a goal of being able to make $6,000 for the whole year just by flipping different items and cars, and I passed that. I made $6,145 total for the whole year of all the things that I sold. So technically I did buy another flip towards the end of the year, but I haven't sold that and made a profit. So that is not calculated in this. So I did around 3 car flips, 1 in the process, and I did 2 other ones that I've also made videos about. So you can go check those out if you want to see more about them. So those were my big money makers that kind of boosted up my flipping profit. The others are kind of like other things I might have sold around my house. I did a couch flip, which really didn't make me much. I kind of wanted to just get in the couch flipping game because of Ryan Pineda, but I did make a little profit there, and I sold some lawnmowers, so I made a little bit of profit on those. It kind of just added up after I've sold various things. I made most of the profit on the cars, but the cars were so much more risky than anything else I flipped. So again, to make my $30,000 goal last year, for my lawn care business, I set a goal of making $6,000 in income for myself, and I surpassed that by making $6,810. And that is super crazy, and I'm so thankful for that as well, because at the beginning, I really didn't have that many customers compared to what I have now, and how much I've learned and all the equipment I have. Within a year, I went from loading up a lawnmower in the back of the bed of my truck, which I've also explained in my other videos. It's been so crazy that I've been able to get a trailer and everything. So although there was some problems I ran into, and there was a lot of learning, I did make a good profit, and I ended up having some good equipment in the end that you can also go check out. And I posted all of my equipment that I own today. I was super motivated all year to get into the real estate business. I've connected with investors and went to multiple meets. Towards the end of the year, I ended up closing a deal and making $10,000 on a JV deal, which you can also see I recently posted a video on. Make sure you check that out if you really want to know how I got it done. Now, I have a ton of miscellaneous stuff that I'm really not going to go down each and every one because that would get super boring for you. To categorize this, it's really a mix of I sold a truck that I didn't really make profit on, but I gained back some money for this year. There was some other miscellaneous stuff. Maybe I was gifted the money. Maybe I was, kind of doing a side job that I made like less than $100 on, or maybe I just made a little bit on, and it's not really its own huge category. And maybe there was something that I kind of just sold out from my room or my house. And all of these different items totaled up to $2,872 for the whole year. A lot of that was from this truck I sold for $1,700, and then the rest was all the extra miscellaneous stuff. Now that brings us here to a total income of $32,038. So not only did I reach my goal, I just barely surpassed it by $2,000 over. And there's something with goals that I think a lot of people have noticed too, is that when you set a goal, it's almost like you make exactly what you set your goal to. I set my goal at $30,000, and I literally just barely made the $30,000 and a little bit over. It goes to show you that setting that goal in the beginning, I was super like, oh, this is gonna be super high. And you gotta remember that people didn't really believe me as much, but setting that goal, putting it in your mind, trying to focus on it, figuring out how to make that goal true, so by the end of the year you can see all the things you have accomplished, is so cool. And the way you can just put that number out there and restructure it and reframe your day-to-day life to make that happen is something that you want to just think about when you set your goal. You want to set it a little bit high, so it's something to really work towards, and you might actually exactly hit that goal, and it's going to be super amazing. Otherwise, if you set it super low, like if I was to say I only wanted to make $10,000 last year, I would have hit $10,000 and not made a penny more. That's leaving like $20,000 out somewhere that I could have made by setting a higher goal. It's not to say that you should say, hey, I'm gonna make $1 million tomorrow, because that's just not realistic. You need to set a goal that's gonna be hard for you to reach, but you're gonna be able to figure out a way to restructure your whole life to be able to make that money. And you're gonna start doing the tasks needed to accomplish that. I do also want you to take away from this video, even though you saw how crazy it was that a 16 and 17-year-old made $30,000, that you need to make sure you can set your goals and plan out your year and your month and your weeks and your days so that you can accomplish your goal. And make sure you set this goal a little bit higher than maybe you want, because you're gonna wanna have to work hard and be able to push yourself and structure your life into making that happen. Because pushing yourself makes you feel so much better in the end. It's not just the reward of money, but you have this other feeling like, wow, I really pushed myself to even do more than I ever thought I could ever. And that is more rewarding than just the money itself. Make sure you go do that. Also, if you have any questions for me, comment those down below. Any video ideas as well that you want to see from me, make sure you comment those. And I would really appreciate you hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel to see more content. Huge goals for this year, and I'll be coming out with the goals video soon. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button. See you later.